All right, good morning, West USA Realty. My name is Keith Flynn. I'm the Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA. Welcome to another Thursday webinar, social media kind of related. Obviously digital advertising at its best and marketing and being online and having a great digital presence. So excited to have you guys back here on a Thursday, 10 a.m. webinar each and every Thursday. I just loaded up a bunch of classes for the month of September. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at it, see what's coming down the pipe. I can't believe we're already, I cannot believe we're already, August is almost over. So while this feels like the longest March known in history, we are moving along here and we're starting to get some slightly cooler temps. So I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. Everyone seems to be rocking it, doing really well, getting a lot of emails from agents about digital advertising, social media. So like always, whether now, during our webinar or after the fact, you guys can always get in contact with me. My email address is Keith, K-E-I-T-H, @westusa.com. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, as you guys know, I have a low self-esteem. So feel free to jump into the chat box there and let me know what you're thinking, what's on your mind, what's not working, what is working. Of course, any feedback, any success, anything you're hearing differently out there, feel free to share. We're all in this together, so like always, excited to have you guys on board with us. Speaking about being on board, we are fortunate to each and every week, whether it's my webinar or anybody else's, so we've got some great partners with us. We've got some great folks out there who help support the brokerage, help support our agents, and in the way of support for you as a real estate agent. And so we have Bree on the line with us from VIP Mortgage. Bree, how you doing this morning?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Bree's with VIP Mortgage, one of our preferred vendors here with us here at West USA. And so when she's available, because she's a busy lady, we'd like to have her on, help us out, and share with us what's cracking in the mortgage industry and obviously what benefits she can provide for you guys as real estate agents. Go away, Bree.
So I think all of us are kind of hearing that in the mortgage industry, we are having fantastic rates. So refis are booming, which I love. I think it's awesome. We love hearing that rates are good. So I have said this before. I think it's a great time to touch base with your previous clients. It's a good opportunity for agents to really let their previous clients know that you're here, not just when it benefits you, but also just to kind of when it benefits them, to check in with them. And it can kind of create more opportunities for you as agents. It's an opportunity for you to check in with them, right? So you can talk to them, because anybody who owns a home is being reached out to, right? Because whether it's, that they're being contacted by a lender, by somebody. So why not have that be you as the agent? You can reach out to them and see, are you looking to refi? If they are, you can get them in contact with somebody. If they are not looking to refi, but they're looking to purchase, but if they're looking to stay where they're at, if they're looking to find out how much their home is worth, you can kind of be that point of contact for them. So it kind of gives you that opportunity to be that expert for them and to show them that you really do care. So I kind of am giving that advice to agents to really be that person for them. But aside from that, so what I do for VIP is business development. So I do a lot of what I just did with you guys, is I work with agents to partner to kind of figure out what is it that we can do to work together to really build not only our business in the mortgage industry, but also your business as agents. So what is it that you guys need that's going to help to create more business? I have a few loan officers that I work with, and we really like working with agents that we connect with, so that we can really kind of both grow. And I know we hear that so often, let me help you grow your business. And I don't want to do that in the cliche way. I really want to do that in an organic way that's like, what is it that you need that we can really help to just kind of take you to that next level?
Okay, nice. Now, Bree, how can they get in touch with you if you have any questions?
So my email address is pretty much the alphabet. It's Bree, R-I, at vipmtginc.com, Or you can always reach me with my cell phone is right here too. It's 520. I've had this phone number forever, so you'll be able to, it'll probably always stay the same. It's 520-631-9471.
Nice. Yeah, and Bree's contact information is right there on the screen for you guys. So if you have any questions, want to reach out to her, see how she can help you out with your business. As always, Bree, we really appreciate you having on.
Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to talking to any of you.
All right, have a great week.
Thank you,
And
you
then
too.
Jill St. Croix is with Great American Title. She's actually going to be on a little bit later. She's going to try to jump on. She forgot about an appointment she had. So, of course, the folks over at Great American Title are awesome as well. And they always help out with any needs that you guys have when it comes to title. And if she has a chance to jump on later, I'll keep an eye out for her. We'll hear from her for a few minutes. So, talking about, there we go. Talking about Google My Business. So you guys know, when it comes to having a digital footprint, when it comes to being online, a lot of us are going to have questions when we're doing a search, when we're looking for something. Any business that's in business needs to be on Google. You know, and the psychology behind Google right now is, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, the current culture has changed quite a bit. So Google has transformed in from being a noun into a verb. I know if you're like me, I'm always on Google looking for something, place to eat, where to go, images, photography, how to do something. I taught myself how to work Photoshop, Illustrator through the use of Google. You know, anything and anything you can think of, you can find on Google. And even my mom, who, God bless her, she's always reaching out to me. Hey, I need to do this, I need to do that. And, you know, I, for the most part, like to think that I know a thing or two and can at least get her in the right direction. But there's been times where I've thrown my hand up and said, Mom, just go Google it. Or here, let me Google that for you. So it's such a direct way to find what we need out there. And any business that's in business is on Google. And so if you guys aren't, glad you're here, because we certainly want to get you off and running as a real estate agent. Get your listing. When I say listing in this context for the next 45 minutes to an hour, when I say listing, I'm talking about your Google business being on Google, in Google My Business. GMB, it's the acronym, Google My Business, getting your listing on there, getting some exposure. And obviously the benefits of being on there, first and foremost, is being found. A lot of folks, when they're doing their homework, they're vetting somebody out, they want to learn more about you, they're taking to social media, they're going online right away. We're all walking around with a very powerful device in our hand that can pretty much do anything. And so in addition to, everyone should be putting content out on social media so that it is showing up in those devices and in people's hands. You need to have a business listing, you need to have a Google search result, and you need to be showing up on those results so that people can learn more about you, how to get in touch with you. And really, at the end of the day, just you guys can use this to show social proof. Here is where I'm at. This is the service area that I service. Here's some behind the scenes photos, phone number, contact information, and so on. And so you're showing up on a map, you're showing up in your areas of town, the areas you focus. And through having a listing, we're able to check all those boxes. We're going to get into, obviously, some reviews, you know, asking your past clients to provide reviews for your business, you know, in the way of either a testimonial or a video, however that looks, whether that video or that testimonial, that review lives on realtor.com or Zillow.com, you're still using your business listing on Google to aggregate some of that information, grab a screenshot, and post that information to your Google listing. And then with Google, you know, their flagship is GMB. It's really the ability for agents and business owners in general to use this service to be found. And there's a lot of analytics behind there too for you guys to, once your business listing is set up, you can see what people are, key terms they're using when they're searching, and then where you're showing up. You can report and look at your reporting at the end of each month and see what that looks like. And so for you folks getting started, if you haven't already, jumped onto Google and created a listing, we're going to just go ahead and pretend that nobody has, start from scratch. This is the basics for getting a GMB listing going. And in a separate browser if you want, or obviously after the fact, keep in mind too, like this webinar and all my webinars, they are recorded. And so after the fact, you can find these recordings on YouTube. Go at your own pace, hit pause, take your time. I'm going to go through some slides for you guys, kind of point out the benefits of why you should be doing this, some tactics, and then if we have some time, I'm actually going to jump into a live environment and we'll just crank through it step by step, see it together. So don't feel overwhelmed like you need to be doing it right as we're doing this, but taking the information, learn at your own pace. Again, these are all recorded for you, not only my webinar, but all webinars that we have here at West USA, CE classes. We do quite a bit during the week now, especially in this COVID time. We're all maintaining a social distance, and so recorded for you guys to consume at your own leisure. So moving forward, if you jump onto, you can go to business.google.com/create. The little pop-up will pop up there for you, and you're able to get going and do a search to perform and find out if you have a listing already. If not, for most businesses, a lot of brick and mortar locations, believe it or not, have a listing that's been created by someone who doesn't actually own the listing, meaning a small business owner, maybe someone who's not savvy, opens a mom and pop shop or a bakery or a brick and mortar location in general. And so someone may create a location, but you don't actually have it or have possession of it. And so that's why it says either claim it or create it. So you'll have the option to either claim or create your business listing, and then a pop-up will show up and say, okay, we didn't find anything based on your search. Would you like to go ahead and create one? And so search for your business first. Go ahead and click on the search. If you see it, great. If not, 9 times out of 10 probably doesn't already exist. And so you're going to want to create a new listing. And so I'm going to go into some, this slide's a little out of order, and I apologize about that. But when creating a listing, something you need to keep in mind is choosing the primary category. Your primary category is going to be real estate agent. As you can see here on the slide, there's quite a few choices when you start to type in the word real estate. Everything from real estate fair to, actually, I don't think I've ever been to a real estate fair. That sounds really amazing. Real estate fair, expo, agency, agents, school, attorney, you name it. Obviously, choosing the one that's relevant to you is important, and that would be your primary category. The primary category is basically going to allow the algorithm to put you in the right industry and then show up in those search results. There are a number of other categories that you can add to it, but for the most of us as agents, it's only relevant to the main category. From there, when folks are performing a search for you, then they're going to be able to find you very quickly. So now when creating your account, when creating your name, best share practice is going to be your first and last name and dash your brokerage. So if that's dash West USA Realty or dash, any other broker, you want to identify yourself first and then your brokerage second. Coupled with the fact that your main category will be real estate agent, you'll be off and running perfect. So when creating your name, as I mentioned there, as you see on the slide, first and last name, and then West USA Realty. The cool thing now that sorry, I'm always in the Facebook mode. Whenever you're creating an account, something that Google recently added, probably in the last maybe 6 to 8 months, 8 months or so, is the ability for you now to select that you do not have a brick and mortar location. You don't actually have a physical address that people can walk in, shop, or visit your storefront. You have the question there of, do you want to add a location customers can visit? Majority of you, not all of you, are going to select no. Now, unlike what we've learned before in the past, we've had a lot of agents, and you may have experienced this, where you say, yeah, you can visit my location, and then they'll say yes, and then they'll put in the address of our brokerage branch location. If you're out of our Arrowhead, Mesa, Ahwatukee, Scottsdale, Chandler, wherever you're located, you no longer need to actually put the physical address in there. If it comes to the time when you're going to actually meet a client at the address, you can give them the address then. They're not going to stop in and ask for, hey, is Keith here? Well, no, I'm not out of that branch. And I'm a remote agent. I'm moving around while I say I'm from that branch. It's not like I'm there and you can just walk in. So make this easy on everybody. If you haven't already, we'll show you where you can go, but you'll want to go back and choose and select no as far as the location. What's great about this is then when you actually put in your mailing address, you can put your home address. And that is where your verification postcard is going to come. Now, that postcard won't come to us. It won't come to our corporate location, and there's no need for you to basically verify the branch location, because what happens is we have 2,800 agents, multiple hundreds of agents trying to claim the same branch location, and you'll make my life a lot easier as well as yours by not having a postcard come to me and then chasing us down for it, and you're not stealing our physical location, which technically belongs to the brokerage. So, cool thing is your next step when you select no as choosing a physical location is now you can select your service area. Where do you service your customers? As given the example there, they default to Manhattan, New York, but you can select in Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale. You could choose very broad city locations, or much like some of the real estate websites, you can, I believe it's Zillow, you can crank in zip codes if you'd like as well, and put those in. Now, it would be a little bit tedious, but take some time, go through there and add in your service locations for your areas of focus, or where you would at least like your Google listing to appear. Now, once you're done with that section, you'll jump over, you'll see the next screen will allow you to enter in your mailing address, and the address provided will be hidden from the public, so don't worry, nobody will see it. And this will just be an address on a file that folks can visit, or not folks can visit, I'm sorry, that Google can at least contact you and send you information, since the next step for a lot of businesses sometimes is running ads or any keyword targeting, PPC, AdWord campaign. So again, that address is hidden only for your and Google's benefit, meaning Google as in the business. So next step from there is, once you're all said and done, you're going to get into your dashboard. Now, I'll take you into a live environment, and we'll click through the navigation on the left-hand side, and I'll show you guys some of the cool bells and whistles and why you want to use these features. But here's a general dashboard, and there's some check boxes there in the very center to showcase that your listing needs to be verified. And then they kind of give you an overall completion rating of making sure that you've completed all your information when it comes to your hours of operation, a general description for your business, and for your your photos and your description and all your information on how folks can get in contact with you, and we'll go through that from there. So pretty cool navigation. One of the benefits that you'll see there from the main dashboard is your posts. One of the features that Google recently added on was for your ability to post onto your listing. And when you're posting on your listing, you can add content to your listing that enhances and shows activity. It shows whether you have an open house, or if you're adding any photos of you behind the scenes, whether you're adding in reviews that have been copied and pasted over from another website. You can showcase and load up your Google My Business listing to showcase that you have activity and you're working your area of influence and have events coming up. And so if you notice there, you notice on your posts, one of the features is you can add an update, you can add events, you can add products or offerings, which probably aren't really relevant to you because you're not technically in e-commerce. But the first two are going to be really beneficial for you guys, because you can use those. I apologize, I'm using the mouse and the keypad, and I got a little squirrely there. Keep your customers updated, sharing what's new, what's happening. The posts will fall off after 7 days. So one of the benefits that a lot of agents are using this tool for is adding events. They're adding for open houses. And so they'll add an image under the event, they'll add a description, they'll add in some information about the event, the open house, and then that will show up in search results if people are doing searches on Google. If you do not have a listing, can you use another West USA listing? As far as a listing, great question, Luann. In regards to a listing, meaning another agent's listing or something off the MLS, I don't see any harm in promoting someone else's listing currently, or another listing from West USA. I would just, best practice is just to reach out to the listing agent and let them know, you may have a potential buyer, or you're looking to generate some buyers. Would they mind if you promoted their listing? Obviously, letting them know and reassuring them that you're not going to present yourself as a listing agent, but more or less you're just doing homework and searching for it. Of course, like all things, I like to give the disclaimer when I answer is that could be a good broker question. So keep yourself out of trouble, and you can always fire off an email to our brokers for broker support. So great question. Thanks, Lynn. The insights, one of the other cool benefits of using Google Analytics and Google itself, is I mentioned the insights. Now, once your listing has been up and running, it's verified. When it's verified, now it will show up in a search result. So remember, verifying your listing is important. Once you are verified, then Google's metrics, their back end, will start to generate queries as far as who is searching for what. And if you are showing up in search results, you're able to use and see that information and find out more about what keyword terms and phrases people are using when you are showing up in search results. So that's a great tool for you guys to find out a little bit more about your customer base, and then how customers are finding you. And of course, ultimately, the hope is engaging with you on your business. Last big piece for you guys is reviews, customer testimonials, reviews, any feedback about you. If you showing up in a search result, people can do and perform reviews on you. Word of mouth is obviously a big aspect when it comes to referrals. If they worked well with you, if you enjoy working with them, it was a great overall beneficial partnership. There's no reason why you can't ask your agents or ask your past clients, to do a review for you, and you should be. You guys should definitely, and I know I don't do this enough when I work with small business owners. I do a little consulting on the side, small business for a number of years. And so when I have agents or I have small business owners or reach out to me and they ask me to sit with them, work with them, consult with them, I always forget to ask at the very end, like, hey guys, if you'd like to work with me, you've got some value out of this, would you mind doing a review? I like to build up my reviews as well, because we're all searching really quickly. We're all doing our homework behind the scenes and vetting out someone to see if they have social proof, what's the feedback, is this someone I want to work with, and go from there. So reviews is a big one as well. So wholly recommend asking for reviews. And then this is a great place for them to go to your listing, your Google My Business listing, and share those reviews. And I mean, if you guys are like anyone else, who's looking for restaurants, looking for a place to eat, looking for a service, you like to look at the reviews to see what the feedback was. And I've seen reviews be very beneficial, and I've seen reviews completely tear apart a business. So you kind of read through the metrics there, or the matrix, and see who's just angry for no reason and who actually has great feedback that you will use in your buying and decision-making process. So I'm going to jump into a live environment here. Hopefully I don't break the internet, but we are going to jump into, I'm going to walk you guys through what that actually looks like, close those windows there, from scratch. And so take you through this, get into that live dashboard, and show you guys some of the bells and whistles. So as I mentioned, find your man in your business. Now I'm going to do a search for my name, and I'm sure I'm not going to show up. So I'm going to just do West USA, Realty, and create the business from here. So obviously there's no search result, nothing was found. So now they're asking me, okay, well, what's your business name? I'm going to go ahead and leave it just as that, Keith Flynn - West USA Realty, and then hit continue or hit the next button. By hitting next, as I mentioned before in the slides, choosing a category that best fits for you and your business. As you start to type the word real estate correctly, you will see a number of drop-down options that will pop up there for you. I'm going to make that screen a little bit larger so you guys can see that. I'm going to choose West USA Realty, or Keith Flynn - West USA Realty as my business name. And then from there, we're going to go to we're going to go to real estate agents. Once I've chosen that main category, I'm going to hit next. And now we're going to get into what should look familiar to you guys as, do you offer customers to visit your location or office? No. Because you guys are sharing an office again with so many other agents, and to prevent you guys from stealing one another's listings, because Google My Business at the end of the day will start to struggle with so many people trying to verify one physical address. They really haven't had a workaround for us folks in the real estate industry yet. So choose no location and then hit next again. And now we're going to go into areas of service. So I'm going to keep this simple. I can pop in 85085 and choose by zip code 85023, as you can see there. Or they're giving me some suggested service areas. So I'm going to choose West Paris Valley, Glendale, Scottsdale, Peoria. I can click on see more and go to Phoenix, Tempe, Carefree. I mean, it's just the endless possibilities. And once I've got all my service areas generated here, I can hit the next button. And think about this the same way as if you were a service provider, like a Terminex or a plumber or landscaping. You know, we're not going to pull into the local landscaping location and ask to see somebody, because these guys come to you. So same service. So we're choosing a service area, using that as a parallel, as an analogy, and then hitting next from there. Once you're done entering in, let me go ahead and just kill that one real quick, and we will hit next. All right, so I've loaded in my service areas, and now comes for my basic contact information. Pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna put in our information. I'm not gonna, this is not my real phone number, so don't call it. I've done this once or twice, and all of a sudden the phone started ringing. I'm just going to put in a generic phone number there, and then for a physical address, you know, you guys should all have your free West USA websites. If you don't, you can be sure to request your free website from the My West USA dashboard, mywestusa.com. In this case, I'm just going to use westusa.com, our generic or our main website, and hit next from there. Once you put in those two pieces of contact information, it's going to wrap up your registration here and creating your account. Finish and manage your listing. I'm going to hit finish from this point, and now I'm going to go right into the My Business dashboard. Oh, but first, it's going to ask for my physical address. I'm going to put in my old one, 2130. Whoop. All right, we're going to put in my old home address, which is crucial for you guys at this point, because this is where they're going to send that verification form. So be mindful of getting it right, or else you'll be chasing around your postcard. It usually takes about 2 weeks for your postcard to show up, and once it does, yeah, 2, 3. Once your postcard shows up, now I'm not going to verify this address, so we're not going to send one by mail. May take up to 5 days to arrive. Then once you get your postcard, you will have the option then to put in the verification code. And then once you're verified, your physical, or not your physical, but your business listing will now show up in a search result. I'm going to verify this later, so I don't want whoever lives there now to get a postcard, so that'll freak them out a little bit. Select the service your business provides and get matched with the right customer. Real estate agent appraisals. Oh, this is new. I love when they do this. We do appraisals, cool. Add a customer service. Let's see. Don't you see your service offer? Let's see if we type in something else. Create your own. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen that one before. Add a service, select services your business provides, and get matched with the right customers. Appraisals, home buying. Home selling. Okay, this is new, so I'll have to do a little homework on this one, but I'm gonna hit save. Leave that for now. All right, cool. Add your business hours. You can go through all these, click on all of them on. I mean, if you're like most agents, you're available 24/7. If not, I have seen a few agents who are very adamant about not being available on weekends. And then we're gonna put in our hours of operation. I'm gonna skip this for time's sake, but if you haven't done so, make sure you choose your hours of operations and then hit save. And then we wanna give a brief description of your business. So when you're giving a brief description, I think 700 words, 750 is our max amount, but you want to take advantage of this overview so it gives you the capability the capability to provide valuable information about your business, why you're in real estate, a little bit about you, areas of focus that you serve. Maybe you have a specific area that in the real estate industry that you focus on: probate, flipping homes, stressed sellers, investment property, commercial, whatever that is, because it's going to be different for all of us. This is where you want to put a little brief description about you and let customers know more about your business. And then, of course, too, most important thing is keywords. Use keywords that are very supportive about you and your business, so that when people are performing an online search, those keywords are going to help with your search results and getting you popped up in there. I'm going to go ahead and hit skip since I don't have a full one to go. And then adding your photos is really important. When you add photos in to your listing, this step of the process is pretty important, because you don't want to add in just any vague photos or some weird stock images that aren't relevant to you. For you guys as real estate agents, you don't have the benefit of a brick and mortar location or a restaurant, so you're not using menu items, or you're not using storefronts or interior shots, patio seating, or if it's a playground or anything like that. Definitely want to use some photos that either show you in business, or if you are behind the scenes, at close, at title, maybe shaking hands. You can stage a couple shots by all means. If you've got a great camera, you've got a great cell phone with a camera in it, stage some shots. If you guys haven't done so already, one of the cool things that a lot of agents are doing now is taking social media branding photos, finding a really solid photographer, somebody who's either a wedding photographer, or someone who's getting into the business, someone who's familiar with branding. I know quite a few photographers who do branding shots. If you're on Instagram, you see influencers all the time. They do some shots where maybe they're sitting at a desk and it's a well-lit office, and they're at work doing their thing, they're on their laptop. Branding photos are great, especially for you guys as real estate agents. You're focusing on personal branding, and so this would be a great place for you guys to put some of those photos. Get some shots, load them up in here to show you guys working, shaking hands. Maybe you're taking someone through a home tour. I know I've mentioned this one before in the past, but a really cool, clever thing to do is get into a new build, go into one of the model homes on the off hours, maybe Tuesday at 10 a.m. and take some shots in these beautiful staged new builds, Taylor Morrison and D.L. Horton, all these great builds that are going around right now. Get in there and then just pitch it like you're doing a little homework. Most of those agents sitting there don't really care anyways. And so you go in, sign the book, and then take a couple shots. No one needs to know the wiser that that's not a listing of yours, but those are great shots for you in the moment, doing what you do. Use those photos here in this section of your photo album. So I skipped that part. Your business profile is all ready, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue from here. And what we see now is our main dashboard for our GMB, right? Our Google My Business listing. In the very center there, you'll see, obviously, like everything, there's COVID-19 updates. So what's happening? We've had a lot of folks. I know I've worked with a lot of small business owners in the area. They've needed to adjust their hours of operation, their menus, just anything about curbside pickup. And so that is there for you guys. If there's anything relevant about you and your business and the current climate that we're in, you can update and add some information there as well. Get customer emails. You can get started. You can use Gmail if you don't already for your customers to email you. If you have news to share, this is where we'll create a post. I'll show you that guy here in the center or on the navigation on the left-hand side. A couple different places to go for it. But Google has a very minimalistic dashboard, which is really nice to use. Creating a listing, improve your local search. So here currently we're about 40% completion of the listing. So they'll let you know what more you need to add in your hours of operation, your description and your logos, as we've skipped through those, because those are different for everybody. Sending out invites, learn more about your business. They've got some other fantastic tools for you guys to use to enhance your business profile. And they actually give you $100 of advertising credit when you first get going. If you wanted to run some AdWord campaigns, just get some additional exposure. You can learn more about that since it is pretty involved. There's a lot there to learn when it comes to advertising. So on the left-hand side of your on the screen, you'll see the navigation. You want to click on the posts. This is where we can add some updates, offers, open houses. And so if I'm going to choose the add event, tab, little box will pop open for you there. Add a great exterior photo of your home, or maybe an interior shot. I know we've talked about some photography and videography in past webinars. You can find those on our YouTube channel. But when it comes to adding photos, you want to use high-res images. They're very professional, they're great quality, and they reflect your business in its current form. And that's important. You really want to showcase it and put your best foot forward. So adding in a photo right here, and then the title. So the title could be 123 Main Street, whatever the open house, however you want that to appear. We're going to use the address and then obviously signify what it is we're doing. Adding a photo is pretty simple and self-explanatory. Selecting the photo from your computer and then uploading it from anywhere on your screen there. So uploading that's pretty simple. Let's see if we can find one. Downloads here. Let's find a solid photo. Let's see. I'm going to just go ahead and use this motivational photo from one of our past posts. It's going to upload there and add right in, as you can see, to your event listing. Add a couple photos. Don't give away too much. Just showcase enough to whet the palate, get them excited about it, and then go from there. So the open house, let's say I'm teasing this. I'm going to post this on a Thursday or a Wednesday. The open house is going to be on a Saturday, the 29th, and we're obviously going to end it on the same day. We're not going to end it a month later. We're going to do it the same day. And then I can add some additional information. Here's where we talk about open house, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Whatever the information is about open house and whatever you want to use. To be as a teaser to get them. I can't talk and type at the same time, so whatever you want to use as a teaser, expand on that, use that space in order to give a little bit of a description. You can always click on the I tab, the tip tool. It'll always give you some more suggestions on how you can use this area. So flipping back to the post, cool thing about Google My Business and their event tabs, their what's happening tabs, you can choose a call to action. And so you can go from learn more and add a link in maybe to social media site, sign up, book, order online, buy, not really relevant, but learn more statistically is the most clicked on button, whether here or on Facebook. When creating posts, learn more is not as it's not as binding. It's not as like buy now. Well, I'm not ready to buy, so I'm not going to click buy now. But I'm ready to learn more, and so you can drop in a link here, and if this link maybe takes them to your Facebook event tab or to your website, wherever that tab would take them, you can take them somewhere else to learn more about you. Maybe in here, you can email me for more information, and add a little call to action there as well, and then hit publish. Now, I'm going to learn more tab. I'm going to hit skip on this one, none, because I want to go forward and hit publish. Now remember, when you're posting event or update or photos, you can crank all this stuff into your dashboard, but until that account is verified, none of this will appear public, and no one will actually know that it exists. So there you go. So that's a finished little update. Again, this will fall off after 7 days, but these posts will show up under your business, My Business listing event. Adding an update, same process, whether it's a photo, maybe you do a little brag about recently closing or working with a customer. Maybe you visited a new community that has a new splash pad and you want to do like a fun little announcement. Again, what you're doing is just showcasing that you are a knowledge agent and there's something about the neighborhood that you want to share on your business page. Now, this all archives for you, but it also shows up on your business listing, so which is really nice. You guys can use this. It's kind of like a micro social media. While it does fall off after 7 days, you're showing and showcasing that when you come back periodically and you post this content to your business listing, you're telling Google's algorithm that you are an active business owner. Not only are you active, but you have a listing, but you're actually pushing content to it that will benefit you guys because Google does see that and they rank that, and then you'll start to show up more search results when people are looking for you. So it's definitely advantageous for you guys to go back and create some content for your Google My Business listing. On the left-hand side here, you've got the info tab. Info is going to be pretty much all your basic information that you filled out at the beginning, and add some additional information in there. So going through here, you can edit the name of your listing or your business if you ever were to change and go to another brokerage. You can change your information. You can edit your service areas. No location for delivery or service, so you don't have a physical address. That's fine. If you want to put one in, you can. And then your service areas are listed, your hours of operation, phone number. I mean, this is all pretty self-explanatory, which is really nice. Your additional services can live here as well. So again, commercial real estate, land, if there's anything specific about the home buying and selling process that you'd like to put in there, by all means do so. Here's your business description, as we mentioned. We skipped that in the very beginning. Adding an open date, maybe when you became an agent, and adding in additional photos. And on the right-hand side here, you'll start to get an idea of advertising with them and how you're going to show up under real estate agents for your main category. Here's your free ad credit if you want to use that. And then if you ever need to permanently close or remove the listing, you can do so also from the info tab. So it's kind of like the overall master file for creating and adding in your information. Store locations, if you had multiple locations, this could be store number 1 or branch number 10. So not really relevant for you guys, but just showing you where that's at. Insights, as I mentioned, there's not going to be really any insights for me right now because it's not a verified account, and no one's performed a search yet. So I'm going to go ahead and ignore that piece to it. Let's see if we get back into, there we go, reviews. So under your reviews tab, the nice thing about your reviews is if you were to visit your business listing once it's listed, you can grab a link and send that link directly to past clients. So, you know, once just before or just after close, send them that link and let them know that you would really appreciate a review. You know, share a little bit about the experience and why you would recommend me as a real estate agent to anyone else. Messaging is an awesome feature. If you guys haven't already done so, one of the cool things about setting up the messaging feature to your Google My Business is if you download the app from the store, whether Google Play or from iTunes, you can download the app, the Google My Business app, and not only have access to all this other information, but once you download the app, you can tap on, there's a customer tab for messages, and then you can turn that feature on, and if anyone visits your listing, they can message you directly through Google My Business. So another awesome tool to use. They have a standalone app for that, and if someone finds you on Google, they can contact you from there. As I mentioned with photos, now this is a really cool part of the whole process when it comes to photos, is you can upload not only photos, but you can also upload videos as well. And for a lot of business owners, they have interior shots, exterior shots, they have team photos, people at work. But overall, if you've got a logo, you can choose and upload your logo. You have a cover photo for your business listing. So when people visit your listing, they see it, much like a traditional social media platform. And then videos as well. And of course, you know, like everything, videos tell a really good story about your business, and you can upload those videos, and then folks can learn more about your business. Maybe, you know, it's you behind the scenes with some clients or working through an open house. Add those videos in there to show social proof that you are in fact an agent and where your area of focus is. The rest of it from here pretty much is more in-depth services. Google provides, you can create a website if you don't have a website, and then they obviously sell you a domain, and then you would charge an hourly rate. You can add additional users if you maybe work with a team, or if there's anybody else who you'd want to be an administrator on your account. And then from here, you can get into the ad campaigns, creating an ad, keyword search. It's very involved. So do your homework before you do so. And then obviously from here, you can manage your locations and link different accounts when it comes to other social media properties or any other listings that you may have on Google My Business. So manage locations. There's your locations at a snapshot. And for those of you who may need verification, make sure to follow that process and follow the prompt, those steps, so that you can get verified. Because once you're verified, then you will show up in a search result. So that's pretty much the nuts and bolts of it when it comes to creating a Google My Business account. I'm here for you guys. If you have any questions, I'm sure people are in different aspects of the process. You're in different areas of the process. If there's anything about your needs that you have when it comes to creating a Google My Business listing, it's not like your traditional social media where you need to be in there every single day, or at least twice a day, or twice or 3 times a week. Once a week, twice a week, visit your listing, post a couple updates, what's happening with you. Again, it's a 2-pronged approach. One, you're getting a lot of benefit because you're showing that you're active, but you're also telling Google My Business and Google's algorithm that you're an active business user as well. And when you're not just a dormant listing, you will actually show up more, and you'll get a higher ranking, and you'll rank higher in your search results. And so definitely advantageous for you to do that. If you guys have any questions or comments, concerns, you always can email me. I'm keith@westusa.com. We have a lot of folks who reach out after the fact with some specific questions. I'm obviously here for you guys to answer those and help out where I can. Be sure to visit westusacalendar.com for our upcoming classes, everything that we have going on here, not only mine on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. or Thursdays at 10 a.m., but also all of our classes that we have, CE classes, Monday morning webinar. Next week, I think we've got, September 3rd. We're jumping back to Facebook basics again. We're going to be going through creating a Facebook business page, how to use it, best times to practice, post content, where to create content from, using Canva, cover photos, just going into the basics again for you guys. We do that usually at the top of every month. Since we have so many new agents joining us on a monthly basis, they're looking to get going just like everybody else. And so that's pretty much all I have. I don't see Jill on with us, but if you have any questions in regards to title, Jill St. Croix over at Great American Title is an awesome resource. You can always email us and I'll get you connected with her. So as always, guys, thank you so much. Remember, stay safe, be kind, and we will see you next week. Take care.